I love Japan, and you clicked on this video, so I'm guessing you love Japan too. There are so many things that make Japan unique and otherworldly, and I know my reasons for loving Japan, but I thought today we'd watch a video by Ask Japanese and find out what other people think of Japan, why they want to travel there, and possibly even live there. So let's check it out. Ikimashou!
Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's your flashy fashion reporter, Kathy Cat, and today we're going to go hit the streets and ask the foreigners here why? Oh, why have you come to Japan? So let's go and Ask Japanese. Why did you actually decide to come to Japan?
Just to experience new culture, taste of a different atmosphere.
Why did you choose Japan?
My brother loved Japan. He's never been here, sadly, because of Corona, even though he wanted to. But he's just talked so much about it, and I just kind of heard him talk about it and really wanted to visit myself.
So you kind of went up to your brother and just went like, I'm going to go without you.
I'm here before you.
So he still hasn't been?
No, he still hasn't been. He's working now. He doesn't have the time, sadly.
Doesn't have the time? What? Make time. Always make time for Japan.
Come to Japan.
All the things that are shiny and light.
Kire!
All the food.
Oishiso!
All the things that are shiny. What's especially shiny?
Hello Kitty.
I hate Hello Kitty. Are people going to come for me in the comments? Bring it on.
We wanted to explore all the different shrines and amazing like street places and foods and culture that we saw online. And
That's a really, really good point. Street food in Japan is one of the best things that you can see. Like in Osaka, like street food. I think, isn't Osaka the kitchen of Japan or something? Like takoyaki, okonomiyaki, gyoza, kushiyaki.
we're very interested in finding out more about and seeing if we could buy some of the street fashion ourselves.
So street fashion?
Oh, street fashion. Oh, there's a really good magazine that I used to look at, and it's called Fruits, I think. I recommend that. That's really cool. I love Tokyo street fashion.
It's expensive. There's so much street fashion here that we really don't see in North America. Like, people don't really dress differently in different styles.
That's a really good point. In where I live in England, people don't really dress that crazy. I guess you get different styles, like goth style or cutesy style, but it's not as crazy as Japan. There's very distinctive styles in Japan, like especially if you go to like Akihabara or like anywhere in Tokyo, like you'll see a completely different style to like if you went to Kyoto or anywhere else like more traditional. Like that's one of the reasons I love going to Japan. Like I love to dress in different styles. Like I think that's awesome.
So it's really cool to see the diversity.
What brings you to Japan?
Oh, because Cody wanted to go. My partner.
And octopus balls.
Octopus balls and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% takoyaki. That is the only reason you need. You don't need any other reason. Come for the balls. You know what I'm saying?
What is your reason to come to Japan?
I think I just heard so much about it and it looks very nice. It's just like any other country, I think.
Don't insult me.
Culture, just as much as like I wanted to visit South Korea or Thailand or Vietnam just to experience it, I guess.
A good a reason as any. Some people don't even travel their whole lives. Like they don't travel out of their home country. Like if you visit any country, like it's so good to see different culture, different way of living, different people. It can be really eye-opening. You get to experience so many different things. Like Japan has so much to explore and to uncover, and I feel like you could spend like so long there and never fully uncover everything. And that's one of the great things about Japan. It seems like there's always something to do, which I really envy about Japan.
Third time for me.
Why did you come back?
Because we're on our honeymoon.
Yes.
I'm so jealous. Uraimashi!
Why did you choose Japan for your honeymoon?
Because it's the best place ever.
I love how you look straight at her.
Yeah, but like,
I think because there's just so much to do here. You could go from, really up in the mountains in rural Japan, and then you could come into like big city life that you have just so much choice. And we love the food as well.
yeah. And when we did it last time, we were here for 2 weeks, and I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of all the things to do, so we had to come back.
And I still feel like we haven't even scratched the surface, and we've come back again.
I feel like we just said the same thing. I agree with them. Like it's true. It has so much like to uncover. I don't know. There's nowhere else quite like it in the world, for me at least, from what I've seen. That was really spooky.
They're in my brain.
We're already saying we want to come back in the autumn.
I want to visit in autumn so bad, but it's just so expensive to go to Japan. I think the first time I went, it was like £800 for a flight each. Now it's like
£2,000.
like at least 1,200. That's probably like the cheapest. I don't know. It's really, really expensive. Get the violins out.
Boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
And apparently in autumn, it's really, really beautiful with all the red and all the colours.
We want to see that. So yeah.
This autumn is going to be this autumn, mate.
Yeah, I think so. We've got to start saving up. Yeah.
You want that wedding to happen. So.
Yeah.
I love it. She's going whipped.
Whoopah!
All the different animal cafes. Because you only ever see them in a zoo behind the glass, so it's gonna be cool to interact with them, and that kind of with everything like owls, mini pigs, like I just love animals, so that's it for me.
I hate animal cafes. If you'd have asked me this before I went to Japan, I would have said that's the most amazing thing. I'm like so looking forward to seeing them. Like it's like the biggest cultural difference that I'm like ready to like dive into like head first. And then I went to Japan and realized that they're way overhyped and way overrated and there's way better things to do. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I don't like seeing animals confined as well. That like upset me a little bit. But I did see the pig cafe, and I have to say the pig cafe was the best experience in my entire life. If you're gonna go to an animal cafe, go to the pig one, the meat pig one. And they just jump on you. Not in a scary way, but they're just really affectionate.
I saw Capybara Cafe, but it's not here.
Whoa, I've not experienced that. Maybe that'll change my mind. We'll see. We'll see next time I go to Japan if that can change my perspective.
Yeah, we were gonna also maybe check out the small animal one. So it's like chinchilla, guinea pig, hamster, hedgehog. So we might check that one out right after.
Next 24 hours?
Yes. yeah. Then maybe the pig if there's no line. Pig.
Yes! Do it. You heard it here first.
You're coming here for a second time, so there must be a reason. Why have you come back to Japan?
The food's so good and so cheap for us. Like for us to eat the same things in Australia would be like 3 times the price.
The food is really cheap, surprisingly cheap. You might not expect that. To get to Japan is a fortune, but when you get there, it's like cheap as chips. Cheap as chippies.
What's like a must-do thing for you to come to Japan then? What makes Japan unique to you guys?
The egg sandwiches.
Egg sandwiches?
Yeah, 7-Eleven ones.
7-Eleven egg sandwiches brought you to Japan.
Honestly, yes. They're so different to the ones where I live. The bread is like a cloud. It's so soft compared to ours. Ours is like cardboard. The filling is so thick. The filling to bread ratio is just kanpeki desu ne. Japan has you sorted. If you like egg mayo, I don't even like mayo.
I hate mayo.
Japan converted me. Kewpie mayo is just better in every sense.
Wow. Explain to me why they're so good.
Oh, they're so creamy. There's so much Kewpie in them.
She's right. The mayo makes a difference. Like, I think Kewpie mayo is made with like egg yolk. So it tastes so much creamier, and so like it has a better depth of flavor to it, I think, anyway.
Really love about Japan? Anything, because you're going to different places, anything you're like, wow, I like this?
Just when we arrived, we just looked at each other like, wow, we're here. It's so nice, so quiet. After Vietnam and Thailand, that's different. In Vietnam, there's just so much going on all the time, and the same thing in Thailand.
Not to talk bad about Vietnam or anything, but you would always see like one woman screaming at each other in the street, and you were about to get like driven over by bikes all the time. So it's kind of nice that you can relax here a bit more and just enjoy it a bit more, because you don't have to think about all that stuff.
And we also love the metro system and the whole train system, because countries we've visited, it was just getting taxis everywhere. People are also so nice everywhere. I think
they're so nice. Yasashi.
So what do you love the most about Japan then?
I think for me it's probably like the big city. I mean, we come from a very big city in London. It's even bigger than that. We've been to LA before as well, and it's very on that kind of level, that it's like very all encompassing, isn't it? And the culture shock. Just generally, yeah.
And I love that 1 minute you can be in like a really busy street like this, and then you turn the corner and you're in your Yogi Park, and it's like so serene and peaceful. I really love that.
Serene. Yeah, we're about to go there next, so yeah. Yeah.
Damn it, I'm so jealous. Oh, I love parks. The keshiki ga kirei, hiroi.
So serene and peaceful. I really love that.
Serene. Yeah, we're about to go there next, so yeah.
Take me with you now. Ima. Kore kara koen ni iku.
I like the 7-Elevens, the Lawsons, and the Family Marts. Just the amount of food you can get, the amount of snacks and everything. You could just live off them, honestly, which is really cool to see.
What's your favorite convenience store snack then?
I would say the pork cutlet sandwiches on the white bread. It's so cheap and so delicious. And it's like a meal of its own.
If you've watched any of my videos, you will know that we are the same person. You know how much I love katsu sandos in Japan. Like, I hated sandwiches. I thought they were so boring and so lame, and like, why, out of all the food you can choose, why would you choose a sandwich? And then I went to Japan and I was like, I'm done. That's all I'm eating for the rest of my life. Just sandwiches, just katsu sandwiches. That's it. The bread is so fluffy. The filling is so crispy and juicy. Don't even get me started on this.
It's like a meal of its own.
How many of those has he had so far?
Like 7.
That's nothing. I had like 10 on the first day.
What's like your favorite go-to snack here in Japan then?
I like the strawberries and the sugar on the stick. I don't know what they're called, but they're so good. They're like...
Oh, I want to try that. I've seen so many videos of that recently. I don't know if that's a relatively new thing or whether it's just got like more like the ball rolling on social media all of a sudden, like TikTok and things like that. But I've seen so many videos on it and it looks so nice. Like the crispy, like the crunchy, sugary coating on the outside and the juicy strawberry. Like, it looks like a work of art. Like I can understand why it's got such like attention all of a sudden. We have like candied apples in the UK and I'm not really bothered about them. Like, they hurt your teeth when you bite into it. And they're really big and awkward to eat. But these are, like, perfect because they're nice and small. It looks amazing. Let me know in the comments if you tried it.
The strawberries in Japan in general, they taste so good. I don't know what it is.
Because it's made with Japan love.
But that's my favorite snack.
What would you buy?
They're so expensive. Are they still so expensive? I don't know if it's, like, certain types of fruit that's expensive. But I've seen, like, the prices very different to where I live. But they look like so perfect. Every single strawberry like looks so like perfection.
We've also bought a lot of Studio Ghibli stuff, which obviously I like Studio Ghibli.
Can we have a look at the Ghibli tattoos? Look at that. Yeah. Look at the ink.
I'm planning to get this whole arm done in Studio Ghibli, I think. I'm thinking of getting a cat bus here maybe. I really like Princess Mononoke, so I'm thinking of getting something done around here. The only downside...
I love Ghibli. I thought it was Ghibli. Am I an idiot? Probably, but up until this point of 31 years of age, I thought it was called Ghibli. Like, and maybe you do too, you're watching, I don't know, if you're not Japanese. But many Japanese people out there will know that it is Ghibli, right? But here we say Ghibli. I don't know where the confusion was, like why was I taught Ghibli? I don't know. I think the first one I ever watched was Spirited Away. Spirited Away is my favorite, ultimate favorite. And then Howl's Moving Castle is so good. Oh, there's too many to name. Once I start, I can't stop.
To getting these tattoos is that I can't go on any of those nonsense. Yeah.
That is kind of unfortunate. I wonder why you can't just cover it up in Japan. Like, wouldn't it be easy to just wear like a sleeve to cover it up? Like, is that not allowed? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, like, why. I know there's quite history behind why you can't have tattoos in onsens. Is it to do with Yakuza and things like that? I don't know. But yeah, it is a shame, but there are private onsens.
What was your initial love of Japan? Because obviously it was not just the tour, you loved Japan before that.
It started, I think, when I started watching Pokemon.
You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon.
That is so relatable. I feel like everyone watched Pokemon. This sounds weird, but I didn't even know Pokemon was an anime when I was watching it because I was so young. That sounds stupid, right? To me, it was just another cartoon on the TV. I don't know, like that and Dragon Ball Z. I just grew up watching it because my brother did. I don't know, slowly over time, I started to get associated with more and more Japanese animes and things like that. But yeah, it's kind of embedded and you don't even realize. Like, I can't even tell you when my love of Japan started. Like, I've always loved anime and music and Japanese food. I think the list goes on and on. Like, I love like listening to Japanese lyrics in particular. I think that fed the love of Japanese language and movies. Oh, just endless reasons.
Another thing you can recommend to people when they come to Japan, hey, go experience this.
We're really into our food, so I would say, like, don't just go to like the typical restaurants on the main street with all the English menus and stuff. Like, explore a bit, find somewhere that's a bit off the beaten track. We went somewhere in near our hotel, completely off the beaten track, and it was like one of the best meals we've had here.
I agree. I completely agree. We did the same thing. Like, I think the first time you go to Japan, you're gonna fall into that trap maybe of going to the most talked about places, the most recognizable, most popular on the internet. And then on your second or third trip, you find different things, or maybe on your first trip and you just go off the beaten path, like he says, you stumble across somewhere that's not so well known, and it turns out to be the best decision you ever made. Like, that tends to be like a common thread. But yeah, I've heard there are a lot of tourist traps.
Would you come back?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, imagine if they said no. Everyone would be devastated.
Would you come back? And if so, for what?
I would come back, probably try to check out more attractions, check out more Japan, try to go more out and see what I can find. We've just been really concentrated in Tokyo right now, so maybe go Osaka, see how that looks and whatnot.
It's true, right? The places you go normally are like Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto. They're like the main spots. Then maybe Kobe and Nara. That tends to be the places people go to. I really want to go to Tohoku region. Aomori, Iwate, Yamagata, Miyagi, like places like that. I would love to see. Okinawa one day, maybe. And I really want to go in autumn, winter time. Like, I've never seen it like that. I think everyone goes when it's sakura season, and I can't say it's overhyped, because how can you say cherry blossoms are overhyped? Like, they're just so perfect and beautiful, and like, why wouldn't you want to see that? But I feel like that's all I've seen. Like, I love videos like abroad in Japan and like Charlotte, where you see like different areas in Japan, and I'd love to see a different side to Japan, like something more traditional, something different. Spice it up a little. Woo!
For me, yeah, I travel a lot, so 4 days is actually quite long.
Oh no, at least another week.
Forever, never leave. No, I would definitely go for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. I feel like if you go for 1 week, it's mostly traveling. It depends where you come from, obviously. You don't want to spend the whole holiday traveling. It takes so much time and so much effort and so much energy. And you're going to be jet lagged as well. And we were getting up at like 5 a.m., maybe 4 a.m. I think I was getting up. I wasn't jet lagged, but my internal clock just changed. I think it's good to get up early, not that early. See everything, and there's less crowds, less people around. You get a way better experience that way.
So there are many reasons why people come to Japan. Recently, I feel the trend is that a lot of people come to Japan who didn't really interact with Japanese culture that much before, but now they're coming because it's a trend, or they're kind of curious, or maybe they're in a trip around Asia. In the years before, doing street interviews for 9 years now, a lot of people who came here had a certain desire.
Whoa, 9 years? Like, I can't believe she's been doing it that long. Really? Hold on it. Sugoi on it. She's so cool. Imagine like having a career like that, where you can do like be on YouTube making videos for like, say 8 or 9 years. Like, wow. And like her videos are so popular, and she's so cool. She's doing what she loves. I think that's awesome. You think you'd run out of things to say. I'm just like, what? How?
A passion for Japan, may it be gaming, anime, or maybe something really in-depth like kimono and such. So there's a bit of a change in the people who are coming over, but I'm glad everyone is still having a great time and sharing their stories with us.
I think that's the end of the video. So I think I agreed with the majority of the points people made. Like, obviously the food. Like, does it sound weird and cliche to say the food? Like, it's so obvious, it seems, but I can't help but say that. Like, that is one of the main reasons. Obviously the cleanliness, the people are so lovely and so helpful. Like, why wouldn't you want to travel to Japan and just experience it? Nature, like the countryside. I haven't really seen much of the Japanese countryside. That is one thing I would like to see. More ryokans and more onsens. They're like incredible. Like, things you can't get in your own home country are the best to me. Also, like the animal cafes and things like that, theatrical things. Obviously, I said they're overhyped, which I completely stand by. But I do understand that they are really unique and theatrical and different and otherworldly, and things you wouldn't, or like I said before, things you wouldn't get every other day, like where you live at home. What did you think? What are your main reasons for living in Japan? Why do you wanna go there or travel there? Let me know in the comments. What are your favorite things about Japan? That's it for this video. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Mata ne. Oh, she's so cute. You wanna see some action? Gotta be the center of attraction. Da, da, da.